Going to welcome Justin Lee from BlackBerry. So you would say, why the hell should I care about BlackBerry? But he's going to answer that question. And then there's Brett BIBBY from Unity. And you would care about Unity because nowadays, as you cannot ignore it, is the most popular game engine. So it's a good duo to present you what you should do with Unity and BlackBerry. Please give them some round of applause.
All right. Hello. Oh, right. I'm on. All right. Thank you very much. I think the first part of the presentation is going to be what is exactly BlackBerry 10 and why should I actually care, or why should you care as game developers about BlackBerry 10. And of course, Brad is going to cover the Unity portion of it, right? So what do you think when you think about BlackBerry? You think corporate, you think, jacket, suit, tie, everything, right? But in fact, BlackBerry, it's about the youth, it's about the young generation people. People are actually using these phones, BlackBerry 10 phones, these young professionals over here. So, and what do you think about BlackBerry in terms of graphics? You think pixelated, you think 2D, you think, it's low resolution, but not, in fact, it is not exactly that, right? We have a lot of great games, great support for hardware, great support for OpenGL, and you can create awesome, fantastic games on it. In terms of the device, what do you think of BlackBerry? You think BlackBerry being a QWERTY keyboard, VGA screen, it's old-fashioned, it's boring, not really. This is the new BlackBerry 10. We have redesigned, re-engineered, and reinvented BlackBerry to create a new, unique mobile experience. So this is the new BlackBerry. We come in two flavors. One is a full touch screen, and one is touch and keyboard. So why should I care about the BlackBerry 10? First of all, BlackBerry is still a platform. It's a mobile platform. And users, or BlackBerry people in this case, right? They need applications to do work. They need applications to relax, to entertain. So some of the statistics that I want to show you is essentially BlackBerry users actually download a lot more applications on our platform than any other platforms out there. They also, for game developers, or rather developers in general, generate a little bit more revenue than the other platforms. And this is not just me saying it. It's actually independent surveys surveying developers on how much they earn, they get revenue from. And the other thing about discovery, right? How many of you heard of BBM? Obviously, you have heard of BBM. This is exactly what makes BlackBerry, the BBM, right? And in terms of BlackBerry itself, we make social. And not only that, applications social, games social, right? And what do I mean by that? It allows you to actually interact with the other users, the other consumers out there easily. We have SDKs available. We have available for social app discovery where friends can share games and applications across the board to get more downloads for your applications, right? So in terms of gaming, we also have Scoreloop, which allows you to create really social experiences from the game perspective. And it's about connecting the games with the people. So with Scoreloop, you can actually streamline a lot of your development, and it's cross-platform, right? It works on iOS, Android, and also on BlackBerry. And essentially, allows you to create your whole entire social experience, gaming experience, including score, achievements, leaderboards, challenges, and so on and so forth between your friends. All right? So this is something that, as game developers, you can actually integrate into your games, into our platform, and also the other platforms. This is a study by Vision Mobile just very recently in 2013, March, just a few months ago. And it's a study about developers using more platforms or targeting more platforms actually earn higher revenue. If you take a look right? Versus from 2 platforms to 3 platforms, the increase in revenue is quite drastically higher than 1 to 2 platforms. So if you were to target a 3rd platform, which platform would you target then? My answer to you, of course, is BlackBerry, because of the low penetration in actually the low barrier in getting into our platform. Before I get into how easy it is to bring it to our platform, talk a little bit about the BlackBerry world and how fast our app world, or rather app world, is actually growing. In the world, we have available for the app world 160 countries available with 50 major carriers, over 35 countries that are available for carrier billing. And carrier billing is actually very important, especially in Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, I don't know if you are, whether if you're in Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Philippines, and all these other countries in Southeast Asia, and in APAC in general. Do you have a credit card? Majority of the people do not have a credit card. And even if they do have a credit card, they're not comfortable actually using the credit card because they don't trust these credit card companies, right? Who do they trust more? The carriers. So carrier billing is actually very important, and we have a lot of carrier billing, or rather a lot of carriers already providing carrier billing on the BlackBerry platform. These are some of the reasons why carrier billing is important. It increases your customer reach. It drives the sales of revenue because more people can actually purchase. So hopefully you're convinced with BlackBerry right now to develop on BlackBerry. So why, or rather how do I develop on BlackBerry 10? And what is the barrier of entry? How easy it is to develop on BlackBerry 10? We provide a wide variety of platforms for you to actually develop on BlackBerry 10. It's an open ecosystem. What do I mean by that? You know, Android has an open operating system which allows you to develop, and modify the operating system itself. iOS, it's a closed operating system and closed ecosystem. One of the things that we are doing is we are opening up our development ecosystem to provide as many frameworks, as much support as possible for developers to build on our platform. These are just some of them, right? I think the most important would be the C++ component, which allows a lot of game developers and game frameworks, in fact, to be ported over to our platform. And it makes it easier for developers like you guys to actually write code that cross-platform, across the board, not just targeting BlackBerry. And I think that is really the essential point about it, right? And what makes it really easy for us to develop on our platform is standards. POSIX compliance, it's open source, or rather not open source, but we encourage open source. So we are approaching a lot of the open source game frameworks and the gaming engines to be ported over to our platform. And we actually help them port over to our platform and make it work on our platform. STL, standard template libraries, OpenGL, we support OpenGL ES 2.0 at this point. I think we also support 2.1. Operating system-wise, QNX. QNX is an operating system that's being run in nuclear power plants, in cars. So it's a real-time operating system. It's not supposed to crash. It's resilient to crashes. We have a lot of great tools available, and I think the most important thing in developing for games on the platform is device fragmentation. What kind of devices would you want to target? The devices you want to target, we only have 2 form factors. One is a 1280 by 720 screen resolution, which is the full touch screen, and 720 by 720, which is the keyboard version. That's it. All our future devices are going to be only 2 resolutions, and there are only 2 resolutions you need to target. Of course, with that said, right, with us supporting open source, with us supporting POSIX compliance, with us supporting all of the different frameworks out there. These are just some of the gaming frameworks that we support: Unreal Engine, Marmalade, Shiva 3D, Gameplay, which is something that we created, Ogre 3D, which I helped port over some of the code over, Cocos 2DX for 2D gaming, and of course, for this presentation would be Unity and how easy it is for Unity to bring it over to the BlackBerry 10. So commercial release would be in the third quarter, sometime in third quarter, and there is open beta right now. I will show you the link later after the presentation. So in terms of Unity, how easy it is, it's literally, you can build pretty much all the devices that I just mentioned, the two form factors, the two SKUs. It's very simple to bring it over to our platform. It's dead simple. I think Brett can just mention about it in now, how simple it is.
Hi, I'm Brett.
I think it's on.
Oh.
There
Hi,
we
I'm Brett. I'm from Whiteberry. I just realized that he's dressed all in black and I'm dressed all in white. So I guess I work for Whiteberry. So nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It was just occurred to me.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So Unity and BlackBerry got together last year. Unity has actually been making BlackBerry games for quite some time ourselves. You may have seen recently that we had an acquisition of Darkwind out of Boston, and they were a small developer that was actually bringing games over to the BlackBerry platform. And we did that by basically porting our own engine over to BlackBerry internally, and then we used it to build games for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
For about 2 years. So when we launched our BlackBerry official BlackBerry port with them, it was stable from day one. As a matter of fact, I think we did the first alpha release last October, and within 2 weeks, somebody shipped a game on it already. So there's actually been a number of games that have shipped with BlackBerry already. I'm just going to go through and do some simple stuff. Rather than do a live demo, we only have 20 minutes. So for those that know anything about Unity, basically you just go into Build Settings, which is the window on the left. BlackBerry is an option. You click on that. You can set the minor settings. Otherwise, you click on Player Settings. You open that up. You go to the BlackBerry site. You create your debug developer ID, get your debug tokens, push it, pull it down, click the button, puts it on the device, and you're basically ready to go. Within 5 minutes, the thing will be up and running. So what we did is, I'm a big believer in trying things out, but just the summary first, right? So you install Unity with BlackBerry add-on. There's a public beta right now. We'll give you the contact email address. There. You sign up. We'll give you a free pro license to do your development with. So you register with BlackBerry, register the device for development. You create your debug token, as I just mentioned. Enable development mode, upload, and you build and run. So porting your game just works. As I mentioned, our Union team. Union is the initiative where we bring it to televisions and other devices. So they've been working with BlackBerry now for several years, and it was based on that port that we brought our engine add-on over. There is a number of BlackBerry-specific features that you can add, which Justin already mentioned, and the performance is good on Z10. But what I really want to get to is actual experience. I ported 2 games myself, just for fun. One of them is Dragon Siege, and I can't hardly see, is that Alex? Yeah, there's Alex. And it says AlphaPod, but actually they are Takeout Arcade, and they're in the Indie Showcase. So if you want to go see this game, you can go check them out in the Indie Showcase. And I ported this game in about, this is the gameplay. It's a slashing game. And I spent about 2 hours porting their game. They were on Unity 3.5. So it took me 2 hours to port it from 3.5 to 4, and then from 4 over to BlackBerry. And mostly all I did was open up text editor, find replace, find everywhere it said like Unity Android, and I added a Unity BlackBerry define, and the game ran, and it works great right out of the box. So it is truly easy for those that don't believe. It's running here live on the little BlackBerry phone. Performance is great. Everything's working great. So just want to emphasize how easy it is. Beyond that, before my life at Unity, I ran a studio. And for especially the younger people in the audience, you may not realize how spoiled you are for choice these days. But there's a really interesting opportunity because the number of BlackBerry phones, the adoption rate of the phone, is rising faster than the number of apps that are there. And if you want to get in on the ground floor and establish your brand, the BlackBerry platform is a pretty interesting platform to do that right now. So you can, as I said before, email Justin or myself. We'll get you into the beta program, and we'll help you get your game up and running.
Yep.
But
and
it's a really great opportunity.
Yep. So just to quickly wrap up, I don't want to stop playing. I want to continue playing. Anyways, just to quickly wrap up, right? We have this thing called the Built for BlackBerry. Built for BlackBerry, and this is essentially just a certain set of criteria on top of the testing criteria that we have already in place, which basically satisfy your game to be built for BlackBerry. And it's actually quite simple to bring it to our platform and get this certification for games especially. One of the things that it basically showcases the quality, first of all, but one of the criteria is very important, which is entertainment value. I have absolutely no idea how to measure that. So it's very subjective, but that is the biggest criteria in our Built for BlackBerry program for games especially, which is the entertainment value. All right. Some of the benefits is that you basically will give you higher profile of your game itself. We will promote you marketing on the BlackBerry world. We'll do social media. We'll do direct marketing support. We'll do a lot of interesting things. During our launches, we will load your games on our devices and let the media play with it, and so on and so forth, etc., 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 in the various countries that you want to target and we are targeting. So there's a lot of interesting things that you can do with the Built for BlackBerry program. And of course, featuring, basically you can have a feature directly on the banner itself, on the phone, right in people's faces. And of course, there is a group banner, which is Built for BlackBerry. It's not shown here, but also we have a Built for BlackBerry, which developers can, or rather consumers can quickly click on it and have a list of the Built for BlackBerry. So, I think the final message is, come on board. We are friendly, we don't bite, and we try our best as an application development consultant for BlackBerry. My job is to reduce the amount of barrier for game developers to come onto our platform. So feel free to meet up with me later, talk to me later. I have my name cards and everything. You got my email address, and this is the URL to sign up for the Unity Open Beta program. So it's unity3d.com/beta/BlackBerry10. More information, developer.blackberry.com/games. And of course, my email address, juslee@blackberry.com. So thank you very much. I think we are on time.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. So thank you very much, Justin. Very interesting talk. And thank you very much, Brad. So the next session is in approximately 7 minutes. So see you in 7 minutes. Thank you very much.